Okay, so the AT2020 cardioid condenser microphone. I've had this since Christmas. I've had it for so long, and I have this really bad trend or habit of not opening my stuff for like months. Like I'll just keep it there and I just won't open it for months because it's just like don't want to deal with other tech. Focus, babe. Focus. I'm not gonna continue until it focuses. And we're back. It's like really bad. Like I should open it in advance so that way I know if I want to return it, because then I passed that return date and I didn't open this until like what, 2 months ago and try it out, and then I found out I need all these wires and I need phantom power. Be careful, bro. You need to know if you need phantom power for your microphone before, like you need to learn everything you can about the microphones that you get or the equipment that you get. This stuff ain't cheap. And even if it's cheap, but even, this really wasn't like insane. This wasn't bad. It really wasn't. It was like what? I don't even remember. I don't remember. But it wasn't bad. And it's such a good microphone. Like it sounds so good. Like when I hear the audio of it, I'm like, I'm literally in love with this audio. Like I literally love this audio. Every single time I watch somebody like speak with it. However, it takes a million things. And I'm gonna teach you guys something today. Do you see this? Those rings right here? They matter. You look at these, and like every single time you see one of these, you see these little rings. They matter. They make a difference in whether or not certain things will be picked up. So, 2 rings is only supposed to use for, not microphone, headphone, or like aux. And I have a phantom power thing, so I don't know if this is correct. Because it has because it's like a phantom power, so it's a little bit different from other microphones, so I don't know if this is correct, but keep that in mind when you're buying anything, any cords. Pay attention and look up the type of like rings that these things are supposed to have, because if it's if you want a headset or something like that, you may end up getting something that's not the correct rings, like these little black lines or circle thingies, and then you'll be out of. These are like $10 cords, like, and it's not insane, but still. There's something more important that we have to tackle and we have to pay attention to. The verse of the day. The verse. Okay. So today we'll be looking at 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 8. And it says, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Prophecy and speaking in unknown languages and special knowledge will become useless, but love will last forever. I chose this verse because it's actually so interesting. Like, so many times when I'm reading the Bible, I end up finding things that create like this full circle moment whenever I'm connecting it to my own life. For example, in other people's lives. When you look at this verse, so many people think love is loyalty, being faithful. Like, so many people find a definition for love, and everybody always says everyone has their own definition of love. But when you really think, for most people, about what they're saying, it really is just that they have a piece of the puzzle. Like, love is not just not being prideful and putting your pride aside for the person that you care about. It's not just one thing. It's all the things in 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 8. When you put all of them together, when they're all combined, now you have love. Now you have the action of acting in love, the purest type of love. So I felt like that was very interesting, because you can't have one or the other. You have to have all parts. But even with the definition of love, even with 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4 through 8, you still have another piece of the puzzle. The other piece of the puzzle is Jesus. Once you get the entire definition of what love is, understanding 1 Corinthians verse 13, verse 13, chapter 14.
That is not correct.
Verse 4 through 8. That's when you have half the picture, but the other half of the picture is having Jesus and having God, because without them you can't really see how you act on it, you know what I mean? So that's how I feel like we get that full circle moment and like that full circle picture of what love really looks like. And I feel like that is so important, one, because it teaches us how to address and how to look at the people around us to know if they're actually acting in love. You need to look and know the whole definition of love and see how God loves in the Bible, because that's who we're called to aspire to be like, rather. And you need to be able to identify that, so that way we can apply it to the people around us. You're not acting in love. I'm not acting in love right now. Am I really acting in love? Am I treating this person with love the way that Jesus would want to treat them, that Jesus did treat them? It eases our spirit because we have like this checklist that we can always refer to if need be. However, I did end up coming across a question. Yeah, I came across a question. And the question was, how is God love and jealousy? Because it says love is not jealous, but God is a jealous God. So how does that work? So I was looking and I was like, And I'm also going to put a link in the description to an article. It's not written by me. To an article that I felt really summed up everything. So God's jealousy is not a bad type of jealousy. When this verse was written, it was written in the most common understanding of the emotion words, the most common understanding of them to the human mind. So jealousy for us, for the most part, is just rooted in idolatry, rooted in selfishness, rooted in insecurity. That's where most of our jealousy comes from. That distinction is made very clear with 2 Corinthians 11 verses 2-4, where it says, I am jealous for you with a godly jealousy. There's 2 different types of jealousy. Certain things aren't bad when God does it, because God's reasoning for doing it is righteous. It's righteous. In that verse, it's referencing an ungodly type of jealousy. The type of jealousy we commonly feel. The common understanding in our human minds of jealousy. So that's what I have to say about that. And this is where I'm going to end it. Because I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to do all that extra. This is how it's going to end.